Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Dee's Homesteads. My name's Derek. Today we're going to be talking about if I can figure out how to get the sun out of you guys, there we go. Alright, today we're going to be talking about the history of the Christmas card. And I have it pulled up here on my phone, off a website, Why Christmas. So, what the information I'm going to give you here has not from me, it's from them. So the first recorded use of Merry Christmas was in a Christmas letter sent in 1534. The first known item that looked a bit like a Christmas card was given to King James of England in 1611. This was more like a large ornamental manuscript rather than a card as we think of them today. It's 33 by 24 and was folded into panels. The custom of sending Christmas cards as we know them today was started in the UK in 1843 by Sir Henry Cole. He was a senior civil servant government worker who had helped set up the new public record office, now called the Post Office, where he was an assistant keeper and wondered how it could be used more by ordinary people. Sir Henry had the idea of Christmas cards with his friend John Horsley, who was an artist. They designed the first card and sold them for 1 shilling each. That's only £5 or 8 cents today. I think that's pounds, 5p, whatever 5p is, that's what it is. But in those days it was worth much, much more. The card had 3 panels, and it looks like they sold about 1,000 of them. So anyhow, not to keep going on that, we're done on that. I don't want to sit here and just read to you the whole video, but the reason I'm bringing up the Christmas cards is because some of the YouTube channels, the homesteading channels in particular, should have gotten a Christmas card from me, those at least that I could find an address for. So if you wanted a Christmas card but didn't get one, it's because I couldn't find a mailing address for you. And I was trying to do it without anyone knowing that they were coming, so I didn't bother to ask people for addresses ahead of time. There are some now that I have reached out to, sent them a email and stuff requesting an address so that I could send you a Christmas card. But the original batch that I wanted to send out, I wanted to do it without letting them know that they were coming and just send them. So now for me, my Christmas cards, I do a little different than some people do. You can go buy the ones at the store, couple bucks, whatever, per Christmas card, but I don't like doing them that way. So my tradition of Christmas cards, what I end up doing, and I've done this the past several years for my family and friends, which those cards, just if you're a family or friend and you're looking for them, those cards are going out this week, so you guys should hopefully have them here by the end of this week or the beginning of next week at the latest. So hopefully you'll get them. But what I started doing was, all throughout my property on the whole 50 acres, we usually have trail cameras set up all throughout the year. Some are in the winter, some are in the spring, summer, fall, whatever. There's trail cameras all over the place, constantly taking pictures of wildlife and stuff that came through. So usually what I'll do is I'll sit down, and usually it takes me several hours whenever I'm going through those cards. Over the whole year I'll have several hours. And what I'll do is, as we're going through those cards, I'll take pictures that I think maybe would be a good Christmas card at the end of the year, and I'll set those pictures into a separate folder. And then whenever I'm ready to do my Christmas cards, I actually go through that folder, pick out which picture I want to use that particular year. Now, here's what I'll say. The picture that I used for the Dee's Homestead Christmas card is not the same picture that I'm using for my personal cards that I'm sending out to friends and family and stuff. So some of my friends and family, if you want the Dee's Homestead one also, please let me know and I'll get you that one, because it's a totally different picture and a different card, and it's something totally different. But anyhow, so you take those pictures, go onto Walmart's website. Walmart has some beautiful cards on there, and they're not that expensive. So take your picture, you can personalize the card. To me, that's a lot more than going and buying the couple dollar card at the store that's already pre-made with whatever. So me personally, I like the personal Christmas card a little bit better with the personalized picture, and usually it's a good picture. Like this year, the one for the YouTube channel that I used had a bear that was reaching up into an apple tree, grabbing some apples. So I thought that was a pretty good picture. And the one that is going out to friends and family, has some deer out in the field with the moonlight and everything. Just a beautiful picture, I think. But I don't know, some people might not like them. I don't know. Me personally, I enjoy them. I enjoy doing it. I have fun with it. Now, you might say, how many Christmas cards do you actually do? Well, this year in particular, I just placed my order and I'm going to go to Walmart here in a little bit and pick it up for all the ones for family and friends. And I'm also doing a nursing home that my sister works at, so I do for every resident of that nursing home. So plus then I did for the YouTube channel. So all in all, I'm doing roughly 250 Christmas cards is what I'm doing this year. So not all those will go through the mail. Most of them will. Not all of them will though. But here's what I'll say. So if you're a YouTube channel, because mainly the homesteading YouTube channels was the ones that I was able to find addresses for. One or two of those did get sent back already, just because the address that I had found for them isn't a valid address anymore. Not really a whole lot I can do on that one. I went with the one that I could find online. So, but I also watch a lot of the firewood YouTube channels. So like Back 40 Firewood, Ohio Wood Burner, Outside with Shibe, Firewood at the Furnace, Woodruff Woods, a lot of those channels like that I was looking for, I couldn't find a mailing address for, so needless to say, I wasn't able to send them a Christmas card. But if you're one of those channels, or even if you're someone who just wants a Christmas card because you didn't get one, if you go right now onto my channel's About section, so go to the channel, look up the About section, you'll find an email address in there for me. Send me an email, I'll mail you a card. If you get it to me, or at least I'll try and mail you a card. I still have some left. I can't even remember how many exactly, but I do still have some left. So if you want a card from the channel, send me an email, I'll get you one out, or at least I'll try and get you one out, hopefully by the end of this week. So this week, I think Friday's the 17th or somewhere in that neighborhood. If I get it in the mail by then, you should still get it in time for Christmas. So, like I said, just go to the About section of my channel, look up the email address, and you don't even have to be a YouTube channel. Even if you're just one of my subscribers and you'd like to get a Christmas card from me, go ahead, go on there, send me an email, give me your mailing address, and I'll do my best here to try and get it done by the end of the week and get it out to you. Or if not, at the latest, the beginning of next week, I'll try and get it out. So until I run out. Once I run out of cards, then sorry, I'm not going to buy any more right this second, or at least I'm not planning on it, but who knows, if there's a big enough response, maybe I will. But okay, so yesterday was the last official day of deer rifle season here in Pennsylvania, and unfortunately the storms that went through Tennessee and Kentucky and Arkansas and all that stuff, those high winds, we got all those high winds, but we got them yesterday. Luckily we didn't get any of the tornadoes, and sorry for anyone that's down that way and affected, and my thoughts and prayers are with you, and hopefully you make it through this. And for those that didn't make it through and their families, my thoughts and prayers are with you guys also. It's a horrible time of year for an accident like that, you know, an incident like that to happen and affect so many people and so many families. But so yesterday we ended up not hunting very long. We really only stayed out. My sister was over here hunting with me, and we really only stayed out till about lunchtime. The winds really started picking up then, and I was worried about a tree or a tree limb or something like that coming crashing down and hitting one of us. Now, when we left last night, or when my sister left yesterday afternoon, whenever we got done, she was able to easily make it out of my driveway. After she left, I ran into the post office real quick and picked up mail in there at the P.O. box for the channel. And whenever I got back, everything was still good. Now, whenever I woke up this morning and came out, because I got up early this morning and was planning on going and running to Walmart and getting my groceries and picking up these cards and stuff like that. And whenever I came out to do that, I realized that, yes, a tree had blowed down across the driveway, not far from where my sister had been sitting in her stand. So I'm glad that we left early yesterday, or stopped early yesterday. Honestly, the deer were all bedded down and weren't moving anyhow. So I don't think we would have seen anything else had we stayed out anyhow. But so anyhow, there was a tree down. It was across the driveway. Got that all cleaned up here this morning. And whenever I went out there and looked at that tree, I was like, I better walk out and look at the road too. So I walked out and I looked at the road, and sure enough, there were several trees down on the road also blocking the road. So even as I got the driveway opened, I wouldn't have been able to get out. So I ended up making a few phone calls and ended up having the fire department come out, mainly because both of those trees, the tree that was down in the driveway plus then the trees that were down out on the road, were down on power, or not on power lines, but on telephone lines. So I have chainsaws and I can cut up trees myself. That's not an issue. But the issue comes in when you're cutting those trees off those lines like that. When that line gets free, it goes shooting back up in the air. So I've done it once before where I cut one off the driveway and it literally came through probably about this far from my face, or at least it felt like it was that close to my face. And honestly, they shoot up so fast that you'd be missing an ear, an arm, anything that was in the way, it's going to take it with it. So I just thought it was better versus me trying to do it by myself. I figured it was probably better to have the fire department come out and give me a hand. So I took the tractor out with the pallet forks on. They were out there with the chainsaws. They cut it into sections and I would remove it and stuff like that. And we set up, hooked up some straps and stuff to the tree to actually pull it off to release the pressure off the line. So it sort of worked out perfect, me being able to take the tractor out there and give them a hand, and them being there with the chainsaw and stuff to make sure that I didn't get hurt trying to do it by myself. So sometimes your plans change. So that's the whole point of that. So just be careful, especially when you're out there doing that storm damage. If you're cutting something off one of those telephone lines, please make sure there's somebody else there with you, because you can get hurt really quick whenever that line gets loose and finally just takes off and shoots straight back up. So, all right, hey, I don't have anything else for this video. And again, if you want one of those Christmas cards, just go to the channel's about section, shoot me an email. And like I said, if I can get them out, hopefully this weekend, the 17th, or I'll get them finished up over the weekend there and get them out Monday there, the week of Christmas, and hopefully you'll still get it by Friday. So, all right. Hey, hope you enjoyed this video, and soon we'll be having some more videos, getting back into stuff again. Still getting over this cold that I had, which I'm pretty much done with that. Oh, and by the way, the 200 subscriber winner, you still haven't reached out to me yet. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you one more week, just because originally I didn't put an end date on it. So I'm going to give you one more week, and if you haven't reached out to me by the end of this week, so the 17th I think is, let me look at my phone just to make sure, but I think the 17th is Friday. Today's the 12th, it's Sunday. Yes, Friday's the 17th. So if you haven't reached out to me by Friday the 17th, I'm going to pick a new winner and try and get this present out to somebody else who wanted it. So, because I know there was at least a couple other people who wanted it. So we'll give you till the 17th. If I haven't heard back from you by then I'm going to go ahead and get it out. And I think the name, if I remember right off the top of my head, was Karen O'Reilly. So if I haven't heard back from you by then I'm going to go ahead and pick a new winner. So be on the lookout for that. Maybe that'll be next week's video. All right. Hey, hope everyone has a good day and has a good holiday if I don't see you before. And we'll talk to you later on. If you like this content, hit that like button, click subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Have a good day.